Teachers of Reddit. Is the Gen Alpha can't read, write, or do math X crisis real? If so, how bad is it? I'm a high school teacher, specifically AP and regular level physics. Been at it for 15 years now. I'm not teaching Alpha yet, but I'm starting to wrap up the last parts of Z. My perspective is interesting because I'm still interacting with the top kids of each group, but also each level of kids all the way down to the bottom. The very top kids are about the same as they ever were, and potentially even more impressive than before. More access to technology and resources have done wonders. My biggest worry for this group is that college admissions are now completely broken and they don't always get into great colleges. The run-of-the-mill AP honors kids have sort of gotten worse, but not by that much. COVID hit them in the fundamentals. Cheating is more rampant because of easy it is, and culturally, there's less pride in overachieving, so it doesn't happen as often. These kids are perfectly content doing the bare minimum and seem to lack internal true motivation. However, the run-of-the-mill, non-honors kids have gotten really bad. Very low tolerance for working hard, very short attention span, very short stamina for active listening. This is the brain-rotted fried dopamine group. Blame the screens, the social media, and the parenting for this group. It's the group that is the most worrying because a decade ago, I'd estimate that maybe 10 to 20% of kids at a school are like this, and now it's probably 40-50% of each graduating class. This is not the group that viral TikToks are talking about with being illiterate and not able to do math, but it's the group I'm most concerned with. When I hear about the Gen Z stare and the general inability for minimum wage workers to do their jobs, I immediately recognize that it's the same kids in this category, just a few years older, and they still haven't made any progress. They don't care. They're afraid to look like they care. They seem depressed as a cultural baseline. They're super socially awkward, and they don't seem to feel like they need to change any of this. They can do basic math, but they're far below what kids in this category were able to do 10 years ago. They can read, but their comprehension and analysis of it is low. They can write, but their writing is filled with errors, and their thoughts seem incoherent or simple. Then there's of course the bottom 10-20% kids, excluding the special ed/severe moderate learning disability kids. This is what the viral videos are about, and it's not an exaggeration. They can't read, write, or do very basic math like multiplication or division as a 17-year-old. When they read, it's obvious that they are just looking at some of the letters and then guessing, and it's obvious that they aren't processing it while they say the words out loud. They write like first graders at the age of 17. If they have to add even basic numbers together, they're still using their fingers. They seem to actively think school is stupid and that they're not the problem at all. These kids existed 10 years ago, but there weren't that many kids. In a class of 40, maybe 1 or 2 were like this. Now it's like 4 to 6 kids in each class. Now I'm at a good school. Top 10% type of school in an affluent state, serving a moderately affluent suburban community. I believe the teachers who are teaching the inner-city rural communities where their entire class can't read, write, or do math. I don't think they are exaggerating. Those kids do exist, and it seems that it's been a consistent trend my entire career that it's heading in this direction. Teacher in Sweden, and it's pretty freaking bad here too. Parents have failed their kids by not having them read more at a young age. Instead, they gave them phones and social media. We, the teachers, can see that the kids that aren't always on their phones perform in general way better.